I've been trying new things. I've been painting in black and white, something like this or this one or like that. I really enjoy it. It's kind of weird. I'm doing it mainly because I'm very concerned with value and contrast and the way we use light and darkness to create shape and form. Mainly because I think an artist that uses those techniques and those ideas correctly, and not just correctly, but uses them intelligently, I believe an artist like that can make good art despite the content or whatever other skill level they have. I think it's like a guitarist. It doesn't matter how well you know your scales. If you're a shit at rhythm, you're just gonna sound bad. So I consider in this analogy the use of light and darkness to create 3D objects to be rhythm. So here's what I'm saying. You can be bad at drawing people. Like maybe the faces you create are always wonky, or you can't do two eyes that look the same. Like one is just always a kind of a different shape than the other. I do that too. Like, you know, that kind of shit. Here's the thing. That kind of stuff stops mattering when you can successfully create 3D objects in your drawing. I've heard some people say that you should feel like you can reach behind, like a portrait, you should feel like you can be able to reach behind the subject's head. Like if it looks like you can literally, like I painted one piece, it's this one right here. I painted this and some people looked at it and they said, wow, I feel like I could just stick my finger right into the painting's nose. And at that point I knew specifically that I had painted that nose and nostril very well, because like, you know, this person feels like they could just pick its nose, and that's a good feeling to know, I guess. I don't know. And like, don't get me wrong, like three-dimensional qualities in art like isn't the most important. Like sometimes people make something that's very flat or very low contrast or very low drama, and that shit's really cool. There's been whole art movements based around that. But for me right now, I am all about that 3D vibe. I want my shit to feel sculptural. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it isn't always that dramatic. I mean, sometimes I make stuff that's just very, very illustrative, and it's very chill. It's very contemporary. And other times I try to make stuff that's, like, really, that feels old, like a Sargent painting or a Copley. Sometimes I really want to make that stuff, you know. But I don't know. Right now I'm kind of in a between kind of phase where it looks like I'm acrylic painting, but I'm actually oil painting. And it's a bit illustrative, but it still has that three-dimensional quality that a lot of people strive for when they say they're making traditional art, which in 2020 just means you oil paint and make things that are kind of three-dimensional. None of us really like, and keep in mind, like I think a lot of old masters had you know, a lot of qualities and techniques that aren't really popular or present right now. But another thing too is that like they're kind of like, I kind of feel like old master techniques is more of a myth than it is like a real thing, because like sure, someone like John Singer Sargent, someone like Da Vinci, someone like Rembrandt, like, you know, all these people barely relate to each other, but like they all had incredible, seriously complex techniques and ideas about the art of painting itself. But that does not make them old master techniques, I guess is what I'm saying. That just means that like these specific artists had revolutionary techniques in their own art styles and in their own movements and in their own cultures. So like learning about how Rembrandt painted is just learning about how Rembrandt painted, I guess is what I'm saying. And when you attribute that to feeling like you're missing out on old masters' tricks and classical techniques, like you're just kind of playing yourself. I think when really, I don't know. That's kind of an arrogant opinion of somebody who didn't study art history, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think it's really that important to care about that kind of shit. You know what I mean? All right, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not making any more of a grand point than that. Here are your takeaways. I'm really into black and white right now. Old masters are fucking stupid. Hell yeah, 666. Thanks for watching this video. Comment. Tell me if you want me to do this again. Bye.